Hey, hey, everybody. Say hello when you jump on with us tonight. I know we've got another minute or so before we get started.
And now it's showing.
I'm going to go ahead and point y'all down and until we get some more people on. At least until we get some people on.
Mm-hmm. Oop, did I not? I need to get over there. Yeah, listening to that Christmas music like made me want Christmas so much more.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are ready for Christmas. Looks like we've got about 6 people on. Hey, Ton, how are ya?
Ton, your profile picture is hilarious. Did you see it? Oh my gosh. Here, let me show you.
Casey's going to show me your profile picture, Ton.
Funny. I was dying.
Let me see.
You're gonna die.
Ton, that is awesome. I love it.
It's so funny.
I love it.
I'm like, I feel like
she put down, it was a selfie.
That is so funny. I get it. So funny.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So
that's
funny.
awesome. Looks like we've got a few more people on with us tonight. Well, we are so excited to share the reindeer with you tonight. These guys were so much fun to paint. I know you saw Miss Denise's post earlier today of how she staged them. Just adorable. I love it. I can't wait to do that on my mantle this year. I think it's either going to go on my mantle or my hutch. We'll see. We'll see which one we do. But anyways, I just love how she staged them. I think you all are going to have a good time painting these tonight. They're super easy to do, and we can't wait to show you. What else? You want to talk about anything else before we dive in?
I don't think so.
Not yet? Okay. After we're done painting, Miss Casey is actually going to put her pretty little face on the camera so that she can show you what we're going to be painting next week and answer any questions that you have. So if you have any questions tonight, just go ahead and ask them. Casey's right across the table from me here, and she'll go ahead and ask me those questions if I'm not paying attention. Usually when I'm painting, that's pretty much what I focus on. So so glad I found you today. Lisa, welcome. We're so glad you found us too. We're excited to share the techniques that work for us here at Peach and Valley Designs.
And you'll have to go back and watch more tutorials.
Yes, go back and watch replays. Lots of replays. And I'm not sure how many new people we have out there tonight, but I'm Rhonda. My daughter Casey is my business partner, and Casey is the designer and the techie nerd behind our website and all of our social media stuff. And then I am basically just the painter and the stager here.
I help paint sometimes.
Yes, Casey is learning her paint skills.
Yeah.
She's doing really well with her paint skills. But we are a mother-daughter team. Our business has been open a little over a year now, but Casey actually started the business how many years ago?
2015.
2015. Casey started
calligraphy.
Casey started out as a calligrapher in the wedding industry, and this is what it's bloomed into. We are having an absolute blast with all of these fun little goodies for your home. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and point the camera down, and we're going to get started. So hold on. Oh, there's our little guys, all of our little reindeer that we're going to do. So tonight I'm going to paint, I'll probably paint just one of them with you, but I'm going to show you how to do the brown on the belly and all of the shading. And these are easy to paint. They're fun to paint. And for some of you, you might learn some new techniques. For some of you, maybe not. All right, y'all. So I'm going to show you how the file comes over to you if you haven't cut the file yet. So these actually look like little giraffes without their antlers on. It looks like little baby giraffes. But anyways, you're going to get a set of 9 of the reindeer, and they are scored at the ears. They're scored on their muzzle and then on the belly. And then these little nubbies that stick up, these are for their antlers. And let me grab this paper here. This is, these are all the antlers that you're going to get with your file. We wanted each reindeer to have their own little personality. So you get to pick which antlers you think fit each of the reindeer. And then you have the name tags, Dasher through Blitzen, and then, of course, Rudolph, the most famous reindeer of all. and then you have a nose for each of the reindeer here.
It's almost like paper dolls.
It is.
Paper dolls?
Yes, I loved paper dolls. I loved paper dolls.
That's what I had in mind when I...
There you go. Perfect. So I think tonight we're going to go ahead and work on a Dasher. Or should we work on Rudolph? You think we should do red or black?
There's more black.
There's more black? Okay. We're going to do it.
2 noses,
yeah, we'll do 2 noses. But we're going to do a Dasher.
And Rudy.
And let's go ahead and give him these antlers right here. We'll work on those antlers tonight. So I'm going to move these out of the way. And we're going to get started. Okay. These are my paint trays. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. And then I always like to have a wet paper towel for when I start to float my paint. I like to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to base coat the body of our reindeer, and we are going to use the color Nutmeg, and this is from Apple Barrel. You can pick up this color, I believe, at Walmart, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. And we're going to go ahead and put the color on with the baby wipe. Yes. Mm-hmm. Here you go.
Thanks.
Hey, Miss Katie, how are you tonight? I'm glad you made it home safe from Texas.
Hopefully. We don't know if you did or not, but we're assuming that you did.
And my I keep getting a notification that sometimes my live is going out, so hopefully it's not too spotty for y'all that are watching tonight. Okay, so we're going to take our baby wipe and we're just going to paint the entire reindeer with this nutmeg color. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the baby wipe technique. I'm sure you are. We use it a lot on our pieces. Whoever came up with this was genius.
Yeah.
Right?
It takes us a lot of time.
Exactly. Look at that. It's already base coated. Amazing. And I'm going to wipe just a little.
She is home safe, so that's good.
That is good. I'm glad you had a great time. Lisa's asking why the baby wipe. Well, Lisa, just for that reason, you can see how quickly it was to paint our piece here. And we don't want it too dark. And the reason we don't want it too dark is because we're going to go back in and we're going to do all of the shading on our reindeer. So that's why we use the baby wipe. And you'll see as you use the baby wipes, you're going to fall in love with it, just like we did. Your pieces will actually dry very quickly.
But
when doing that.
On MDF, you probably will have to paint them.
On MDF?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
yeah,
imagine.
you know, we don't use
MDF.
MDF.
Yeah.
We use 1/8" birch.
I do know some people do. Though.
Okay, so Lisa, I'm not sure what type of wood you paint on, but if it is MDF, I thought, well, try both ways. Let us know if you can do the baby wipe on MDF. I don't have any to try it on.
MDF at home.
You do? Okay. Well, maybe we can.
Signs, so
maybe
I'll
we can
try
try some.
Where'd you get the paper you have done?
Oh, the paper that I have down here, I actually picked this up at IKEA. This is the little kids paper. I get it in the kids section. It's just the paper roll that fits on their little. It's like a paper easel.
Amazon has those though too.
Amazon does too. Casey will find a link.
Yeah.
And put it out there for y'all.
And Diane, we use baby wipes.
Yes.
Use the,
I just picked these up at Sam's Club because we use so many of them. I pick up the case and I get them there. It's nice because it has this little lid that pops open and close. I really like that. So it keeps them from drying out. I don't like to use the scented ones. These are unscented. The scented ones can be a little too perfumey for me.
yeah.
Okay, so for the antlers, we are going to use our Sherwin-Williams Hot Cocoa is what we're going to use.
It's like white craft.
Okay, Lisa, you use birch. Try the baby wipe method. I think you will like it.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, that's different. And we do it a lot on our pieces. So I just dip in because you don't want too much. You don't want it to go over on the edges. And it helps you to control what goes onto your edges so you don't have too much cleanup. But I dip it into my paint and then I will tap off some of that color before I start putting it on my wood. And you can see it's not getting on my edges like it would normally if you used a paintbrush. What you need, hon?
Oh, I'm gonna grab some other antlers.
Okay. Oh yeah, I put them over there, sorry.
It's okay.
Alrighty.
How about I'll do Rudy?
You're gonna do Rudy? Perfect.
That way you can put the red down.
Yes, perfect.
Oh, well then perfect.
I have that same roll from IKEA.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I love IKEA.
Yes, me too.
We get lost in there.
We do. I think we only go out there like maybe
Once a year. Maybe
I was gonna say maybe twice.
Maybe twice. Like every 6 months, maybe.
It's usually only if I have a wild hair and want to do some organizing. They have some of the best organizing containers
That are for inexpensive.
Do you paint the back? What
Yeah, we stain.
we will stain the back of them. So what you could do is while you're staining this front piece, you could also some of our stuff we weren't, and then people were saying, well, they do, and we were like, well, maybe we better step up
better.
our game. So we will step up our game.
Yeah.
So you can just again use that base color and do the back of your piece. Most of the time on the stuff that we sell, we have been staining the backs of them, especially our banners and our garlands for sure. So yeah, you could stain the backs of them as well.
Oh, Veronica said that Sherwin-Williams has 10 off 50.
Awesome.
I just wish that there's paints were.
Yeah, I wish. I know our Sherwin-Williams still does not have the samples to go or the colors to go. So it's been a little frustrating not being able to get those from them. Hopefully they'll get that stuff back in stock. All right. Now for the name tag, we are going to use, it's a Sherwin-Williams color that we had mixed in a bare sample because we couldn't get the Sherwin-Williams, but it's called Empire Gold. This is the same gold that we used on the Believe meter. And Casey put together the color list.
I posted the link. I updated.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, she's got the link out there. So if you're wanting to get the list of colors, you know where to go. Okay, so for this, I'm not going to use the baby wipe. For this, I'm going to use the makeup sponge. Because the baby wipe, I'm worried that the paint will get inside where it's scored with the names. So let me grab.
You want to do mine then too?
And just to let you guys know, yeah, I can do yours too. I picked these up from Amazon. These are the makeup sponges that I like to use. They're definitely more dense than the ones that the Dollar Tree carries now. These are like the old ones that the Dollar Tree used to carry, but I buy these just in a big pack off of Amazon. And I'm not sure if we've given y'all the link for those yet. But we can definitely post a link for those as well.
I can post it. I'll grab it now. I'm looking for that Sherwin-Williams coupon.
Oh, okay. Casey's looking for the Sherwin-Williams coupon. Oh, for stain. That's a good idea. I like that. Where do you get the coupon? Okay, so, Ton,
Here it is.
Casey found the coupon. You'll be able to post it. Casey's going to post a link for that coupon for you. All right, so for the Empire Gold, I'm just dipping out of the lid here. No sense in putting it in the tray. But I'm going to pounce off quite a bit of that paint. Because when I go into my wood, and I'm going to put y'all a little bit closer here. Hopefully that's not too close. But when I go into my wood pieces...
No, it's not.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. You're just going to lightly tap on the name there to get some of that paint on there. Might have taken a little too much off. Let's try that again. And just tap it lightly. And you can see it's painting it, but it's not painting those scored lines or the name. And that's exactly what you want. We'll do Rudolph here. Casey's going to paint Rudolph on the other side of the table.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
I found the makeup sponges. I'm going to post the link.
Casey's posting the link for the makeup sponges too for y'all. Now on here, sometimes I do get some on the edges. If you just take your baby wipe, you can go back and wipe it while the paint is still wet. And you can get that color off the side. Here's your Rudolph.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to raise you up just a tad here. Oops. Sorry. And then we have the noses. You want me to do both noses too, Casey?
I can do the nose since you have a different color.
Okay, here's the antique red.
I just felt like instead of dirtying up a makeup
So for the nose, I'm just going to use our Bohemian Black. I was actually painting with black earlier, so I'm just going to use what I had on my tray here. Here's your nose. And Casey is going to paint the Rudolph nose with antique red. Mm-hmm. That's the color she's going to use for that. So we're going to go ahead and base coat our noses. And I'm going to use makeup sponge to base coat my nose.
Note on that is a font. I believe it's from singlelinefonts.com.
Yeah, it's the single line fonts.
Yeah, if you go to singlelinefonts.com and go to their, let me see, their single line fonts, open type font, the OTF, the TTF, all that. All of them are awesome. We bought, I think she had like a 50% off sale, and we bought, I think, every single one of them.
Yeah. Because it's hard to find a nice single line font.
I want to create my own, though. I would love to create, like, our own. I haven't dabbled into
doing that
creating a font on top of all the other jobs that
right.
that I have going on.
All right, so there's the nose, and we're going to let that dry. Okay, now that our reindeer, he's all dry. I'm going to put this Empire Gold away. He's all dry, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a 220 grit sandpaper. This is the 220 grit sandpaper here. You can see it right here, P220. And we are just going to sand lightly to knock down any of the fibers that have raised from using the baby wipe and the paint on him. And you can see the way the grain of the wood is going, and I recommend you sand the same direction as your grain. And you just want to do it until it's nice and smooth. Same with your antlers, and then your nose, if your nose is dry yet. And you don't need to sand the name because we're not going to float any shading on that, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, now that we have him all sanded, we are going to shade him with Turkish coffee. This is another Sherwin-Williams color that we like to use. And you don't have to use Sherwin-Williams colors. You can find colors. Some of you may have some ceramic coat colors that are already in your stash. By all means, use them if you have them.
We just buy the bigger Sherwin-Williams ones because we paint a lot of our stuff and sell it. So it's cheaper for us that way.
Exactly. Okay, so to shade the outside of him, I'm not going to use the brush technique. This is a technique that I showed Denise how to do yesterday when she was over, Sunday when she was over painting. And we're going to use a baby wipe. So I loaded some of that Turkish coffee in here, and I pounced off quite a bit of it. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that and you're just going to tap it along the edges, almost like you're smudging it along the edges of your reindeer.
I'm just going to do the...
Yeah, you go ahead and do the brush case. But this is an easy way to shade on the edges of your reindeer. So we're going to go around the entire body of our reindeer and do this. You might be able to hear my grandkids in the background. They're here visiting with us tonight with Casey Ray, and they're on break this week. I don't know if anybody else's kids are on break, school break.
I feel like they're always on break.
Yeah, exactly. But they are on their September break.
Their fall break.
Is that what they call it? The fall break?
Fall break, yeah.
So you can see how easy that is. Super easy to do that.
You do it around the snout? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go around the snout. So that's the edge of our reindeer. Now, to fill in around the muzzle here and then underneath the neck, we are going to use a brush. We're going to use an angled brush, and you're going to wake it up in the water. You want to get it nice and wet. And this is where my wet paper towel comes into play. So what I like to do is I just will tap this on there, get some of that water off, and you're going to want to load the toe of your brush. And once the toe of your brush is loaded, you can get either a piece of paper, a wax paper. That's what this is. This is a wax paper here. And you can just start to do some strokes on there to make sure you have enough water on your brush. And you can see how it's giving that ombre effect, so you know that you've got plenty of water. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the toe of that brush, and you can see your score line right here. You're going to take the toe of that brush and you're going to go just barely above that score line to give him some shading. Okay, now if the color's too dark for you, I'll just take my finger and just wipe it off a little bit. And then once that dries, it'll look better. I'm going to add a little bit more water to my brush.
Yeah, it looks darker than it dries. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I tapped off some of that water, and I'm going to go just underneath on his neck. So it would kind of be wherever you think there would be a shadow on him. Okay? And then we will go back and do the ears, but first we're going to do some highlights inside those ears. So while he's drying, we're going to go back and we're going to shade our antlers now with the same technique with the sponge. Put it on, tap it off, and then just go around the edges of your antlers. And if you get too much on there, just use your hand, smudge it off, or use your finger, not your hand. And just smudge it off just like that. You just want to give his little antlers a little bit of dimension. And if you get too much on like I did right there, just grab your baby wipe, wipe it away. It's just so easy to do them. So that's our first antler. I'm going to wipe a little bit right here. Super easy. And we'll do the next antler. Is everybody having a good week? I hope y'all are having fun this week. Hopefully you got something fun sitting on your craft table that you've been working on. If you do, share it with us. What does it say? I bought a thin, clear cutting mat at the Dollar Tree to blend my shading brush on. That is a great idea, Ton.
That is a good idea. Then you can just wipe it off.
I think, are those the clear mats that are in the kitchen section? I think I know which ones you're talking about. I think I even have a stash of them here. Let me know if those are the ones. So our antlers, how cute, huh? Our antlers are done. So fun and so cute. Alrighty, now let's move on to doing his little belly. Making the little belly cute. I like to use these stencil brushes. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. These are my favorite for doing any type of highlights. I use them mostly for highlights on my pieces. So we're going to load the brush, and then we're just going to work it in the area of his belly, and then we're going to work along the bottom part of his ears. Okay, so the color we're going to use is we're using, it's called Antique White. You can pick this up at, I think this is Hobby Lobby's brand, but you could pick up the Apple Barrel Antique White, anywhere, an antique white that you may already have. We're just going to use a little bit, and you don't need a lot of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to load the bottom of our brush like that, okay? And then I will work it into the brush like that, so our brush is covered. And then I'm going to take it to a paper towel and take some of it off, because you don't want it too thick, because you want it to be soft looking. And then a lot of times I'll just try it on my hand to make sure it's not too thick, and then we'll go to our piece. So I like to work in a motion, in a circular motion, so that it looks light and airy. The harder you push, the darker it's going to get. So I usually will start in the center, and I'll just start off real light with a light push, and you can see it's already starting to light up right there. And then I'll darken it a little more, give it a little more pressure, and I'll work my way out to the score lines, just on top of those score lines, so that that light color is just outside of those score lines. And again, the harder you push, the darker your color's going to get. You can even go in the opposite direction to get that swirled effect. Super easy to do. And then I'm going to take the brush, and there should still be enough paint on it, but I'm going to go over here and I'm going to work on his ears. So I'm brushing down on the bottoms, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of color right there inside his ear right here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to brush the edges. Like that. And then fill it in just with those little swirly strokes. So we just want a little bit of dimension there.
Can you pass me the white? I don't think I'm getting enough on the brush.
Yes, here you go. Okay. And I'm going to add just a little bit more in this area here, so I'm going to press down. And as you can see, if you load your brush up enough, you really don't have to keep loading it. You can just use that same brush over and over. I think that's perfect. I like that. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to go back, and you can see some of the reindeer, because I wanted them to have the different personalities other than the antlers. I went back in every other one. I added a little bit of nutmeg on top of that white. So I'm going to do that with this one. I'm not even going to clean my brush. I'm just going to use my brush because for the most part it's clean. But we're going to load our brush and do the same thing. Work it into the brush. And then we're going to take it over to our paper towel and get it to where just a light dusting of it is coming off. And we're going to go ahead and fill in that belly. The white color, Shannon, is antique white. It can be any antique white that you would have in stock.
Any of these?
You're not getting any of the questions, Case?
No, I'm not seeing them. Let me refresh it.
So you can see I'm just doing that round motion just in the center to give him a little bit of color on his belly. Super easy. Now I'm going to put my brush in the water because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to go back to my shading brush, my angled brush, and I'm going to load it again with our Turkish coffee right here. And I'm going to brush it onto my palette. You can see I've got plenty of water in there. I'm going to take it and you can see the score lines right here along the ears, and I'm going to do the shading just under those score lines. Give it a little bit of dimension. And I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Use my finger. I use my fingers a lot to pipe. So you can see he's almost done. We're almost done with him. How cute is he? Isn't he a cutie? Okay. I'm going to rinse my brush because I'm going to get a little bit of that antique white. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to put this little highlight mark on his nose. Right there.
Cindy, we are in Woodstock, Georgia.
We are in Woodstock, Georgia.
Where are you?
Yeah, where are you located, Cindy?
Are you a newbie here? Like, is this your first time watching us?
Okay. So I'm going to test the color. I think that's still a little too much for his nose. I'll test it again. So you can see it's just very faint. That's what I want for his nose because I can go over it in several swipes to darken it. So I'm just going to follow the shape. There's no score line to do this. This is just something extra I like to add. So I'm just going to follow the shape of the nose like that. And if you get too much on there, again, use your finger. Remove some of that color.
Cindy is from New Jersey.
New Jersey. Welcome.
Well, it didn't sound like a good New Jersey. It was a, I'm in New Jersey.
Oh.
I've never been to New Jersey, so I don't have
I
much to
have.
say
I've
about
been
it.
to New Jersey. Florham Park, New Jersey, actually. You're an ER-RN,
But I have a glove. I like it.
Yay!
It's like a double life.
You're a hero, too, because you are an ER-RN. So
Yeah,
we thank you for what you do on a daily basis.
Our husbands are EMTs.
Yes, and firefighters.
EMT firefighters. So
EMT firefighters.
we know a little tiny bit about what y'all have to go
Yeah,
through.
exactly. All right, y'all. So, for the most part, we've got our reindeer done. I mean, oh, he's so cute. So cute. So, what you're going to do is we're going to glue him together now. This is my go-to glue, and I believe we have a link for this already out there.
Somewhere. I can relink
Somewhere.
it.
Okay, Casey will
I'll
relink
relink
it. We don't have enough
Followers.
followers to set up an Amazon store yet.
Affiliate.
So, an affiliate store, is that what it's called? We
Yeah.
don't have enough followers to do that yet.
Not
So
cool.
in the meantime, maybe there's something we can set up on our media page or
I need
something
to, I know, but
that
I-
will have all of these links.
kids,
But
so-
this is the CA Thick. CA makes a thick and a thin. Make sure you don't buy the thin. Get the thick, but it's just thick stick fast glue. This is like super glue, but it tacks up way quicker than super glue. So what you're going to do is you're just going to put just a tap. You can just tap it on his antler, his little nubs. And you're going to glue his antler on him. Just hold it for a few seconds to glue it on. Brunswick, Georgia. Brunswick, Georgia. Where is Brunswick, Georgia? Ton?
I know where it is.
Where is it? Is it
Yeah,
north or
Ton.
south?
Tom, you are the Georgia expert.
Yeah.
We're from California, so we don't know Georgia. We know Woodstock and Canton. That's it.
Is Brunswick? I think it's south of us.
It is, I believe.
I think it is in southern Georgia. Oh, good, Lisa. I'm glad you're getting some good tips from us. We like to share our tips. We like to share what works for us.
Mm-hmm.
I usually try to find shortcuts because we are painting a lot of pieces for people. Ton said it's south,
Yep.
near the coast. Thank you, Ton. I knew
Ton
you'd
is
know.
like the personal GPS.
Exactly. Okay, so for his nose, so there's some options you could do for the nose. Casey and I were talking about it when we were doing it, and I said we could have a snooty reindeer, kind of like has his nose up in the air, or we could kind of have like a, I don't know, what would you call this reindeer? Like a, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, like looking over
Yeah.
his glasses kind of thing.
Something like that. Or you could just do the nose in the center. So for this one, I think I'm going to do the nose up high on this one.
Snooty?
Yeah, I think I'm going to
I
make
like
him.
this. I like the way it looks.
You
there.
like the way? I'm going to do him a little snooty. So remember, when you're gluing him on, you want that highlight on the top of his nose.
And Lisa, I posted a link for the different stands that we use on our products.
Yes. We posted a free file.
Yeah, it's a file for them, so you can grab that. If you just look under the topics on our group page and under free files, you'll see it.
Brenda's asking, how long have we been in Georgia? We have been in Georgia
It
for
was 2005.
2005.
Yeah, because I was a freshman.
Okay, so it's been 16 years.
Oh my gosh.
We've been here 16 years. Yeah. You think I know where Brunswick, Georgia was, huh? we
No,
do
we
we
have
do
our
take trips.
bubbles.
Yeah, we have our bubbles.
Yeah.
We do take trips down south. Okay. So, there's his little nose on him. And then for his collar, I used a little bit of jute
Do you have your blue?
around the edge on the to hold it. Where did I do with my jute? Did I put it over there? I thought I had my orange jute. Oh, here it is. Not
You
orange.
think it's
red.
orange.
I
I'm
know
like, it's
it looks
not
orange, but it's red.
orange.
I'm sorry. It's red. Let me grab a little bit of this.
Yes, Kim, we will have the video available to replay and for you to watch as many times as you would like.
Thank you, Ton. Ton said she's going to claim us as Georgia girls.
Done.
Done. Oregon. Kim, I have family in Oregon. I actually have family in Roseburg, Oregon.
Oregon is really pretty.
Oregon's beautiful. I have family in Roseburg and Portland.
Brenda drove past Riverside, California on Sunday on their way home from Lake Havasu. I used to
And
go
she
to Lake
thought of us?
Havasu all the time.
We did. We used to go to the lake all the
Oh
time.
my gosh, that's one thing I do miss is the lake.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so for the name tags, I just cut a piece of jute, and you can use any color you want. We wanted to go with the red. I'm just using what I have in my stash. I think I got this at the Dollar Tree last Christmas. I think it was, yeah, I got this at the Dollar Tree last Christmas, so you can look for it this year when they start putting Christmas out. But I'm just pushing it up through the bottom to the top, and I'm just going to put a little knot in here.
Cindy, yes, the Santa file is available. It's with it's the Mr. and Mrs. Claus file on our website. If you go to the winter cut files, it's
Yes,
under there.
it's under there. Kelly missed where the stands are. If you go to, where does she need to go to find the files?
Under topics on our Facebook page, on our group page.
On our group page under topics.
Let me double check.
So after I knot it, I'm just going to trim off this tail that sticks out the top there, so that when you pull it down, it stops and it won't go all the way through. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side.
Go under topics, click on hashtag free file, and all the free files are there.
Oh, Ton, we've been to Lake Lanier. We actually have some friends that took us out on their boat out there.
Yeah, but nothing beats Lake Havasu.
I know, but
I do miss
Lake
Lake
Lanier was
Havasu.
beautiful.
It was. I think Havasu was the people we were with that just
Yeah,
made it really
it could
good.
be. Okay, so now that we've got his little tag here,
Oops, sorry.
what I'm going to do, because the jute is on the bottom of these, we can't use that stick fast glue. It would just take too long for it to adhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a glob of hot glue right here. And I am going to stick it down just barely under his little neck. I'm just going to hold it there until it grabs. Aw, Sheila, thank you so much. We think they're pretty cute too. These are pretty cute little dudes. But are any of these female? Are any of the reindeer female? Maybe Vixen?
I don't know. Nowadays,
I don't know.
You just never know
I don't
what
know.
to call 'em,
I don't
so
know.
you I think I say little guys because I
Little
think
guys.
they're all guys.
I think they're all cute little fellas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this jute and I'm going to pull it just up to where his to go behind his muzzle. And I'm just going to hold it, and I'm going to run a bead of glue. Sorry, my fingernails are dirty from that paint. I'm going to run a bead of glue from here to a halfway point on the back of him.
Oh, Tony said her little girl is watching. Hello, Mary Catherine.
Hi, Mary Catherine. Well, hopefully she'll
They're
learn.
having a party this weekend, and they're painting them. Fun.
They're going to do the reindeer?
Yeah, we got to see
So
pictures.
cute. Yes, please share pictures. We would
That's our
love
favorite.
to see the photos.
We love seeing pictures.
My granddaughter is 7, and she gets so excited if we cut extra stuff and give it to her to
or
color.
they're messed up.
Or they're
We'll
yeah.
give it to her and
She
she'll
gets
paint them.
Yeah, she gets our misfits.
Yes, she does.
So I'm going to put this up here, and again, I'm going to hold it and bring it to the back side of his neck, and I'm going to run the bead of glue from here to connect them.
That's so cute.
And if you want to put yours on a different way, by all means, put it on a different way, but this just works for me.
You can do Rudy's.
Okay, I'll do Rudy's. Oh, thank you, Tony. She's gonna spread the love. Sprinkle.
Oh, neat.
We call it sprinkle because we can't say that other S word on here.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's his little name tag. And now the last step for him is his eyes. So I'm gonna get my black paint back here again. And I'm using the scoring tool. You can also pick up these scoring tools. Wait, I'm sorry. It's not a scoring tool. It's an embossing tool, I think. It's an embossing tool. You can also pick these up at the Dollar Tree. It doesn't look like this. It's actually pink. I had a pink one. I gave it to Casey, so I don't have one to show you. But
I have it.
I like to use the large ball end of this to do their little eyes.
Ask me why I still have it, but
Oh.
that's what it looks like.
Here you go. Casey still has it. She just walks around with it in her
I
bag.
know. My bag's full of everything.
This is what it looks like. This is the one that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Okay? So I'm going to give that back to her.
And it's pink.
And it's pink.
is
Yeah,
cute.
pink is
We
cute.
like pink.
For sure. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it into my black. And if you want, you can test it. You can test it. And then I'm going to go in and do the eyes. And you can see on some of them, I did them a little bit different. Just to show you. Some of them I did the eyes farther apart. And some of them I did the eyes closer together. I'm going to go ahead and do his closer together.
Yeah, I think I'm team close together.
Team close together.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the trademark of our mini-me's that we have. They don't have...
Do you need
This,
more black?
this paint is kind of dried out. Yeah, let me get a little bit more here. Our mini-me's don't have mouths on them. They just have eyes.
It's
and
kind of a
a
mixture
lot
of
of
that
times...
toll painting
Yeah,
that
it's
you
the
used
old
to
toll
do.
painting
Yeah.
style. They have eyes and they have cheeks if they're girls. So if you wanted to make your reindeer girls, you could put cheeks on them. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to just get those eyes as even as I can. I'm going to tilt him up so I can see him. This one looks like a lazy eye, so I'm going to fix that.
Lisa asked if we have a file of a vintage truck. We do not.
No.
My dad has a real one, but we don't have a file of one. I feel like, where did we see it? On Gwen's. She did I loved seeing everyone.
Yes, Getting Creative.
Getting Creative with Gwen. She had a.
No, was it Getting Creative with, or it's her laser club.
The laser community.
Yes, but if you go to her Etsy, I know she has some vintage trucks. But there's our little reindeer. How cute, huh? How fun is that?
Oh, and tie some red and
Super
white
fun.
twine on the antlers for the girls if you wanted them to be girls.
Yes, you could put a little bow. Super cute.
Ton.
Oh, Ton, you are just such a creative lady.
She is.
I'm going to go ahead and do the eyes now here on Rudy. Do the eyes one more time for you. Hopefully these won't come out as crooked. I'm going to tilt him up so I can do his little eyes. Yes, there we go. Look at that. Perfect eyeball. There we go. How fun is that? Just love it. So those are the reindeer. That's how you do the reindeer. Super easy to do.
They are.
I'm going to bring y'all back up and actually, or do you want to explain what we're going to do next week right here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Casey's going to come over here and talk to y'all about what we're going to paint next week. She's a little nervous about being on camera, but we want her to show her sweet little face. So
I'm like not a selfie person, and my generation is all about the selfies, and it's not.
Go ahead.
It's just not me.
Okay, good.
So we finished
I'm going to raise
the
this up a little
ticket
bit.
sign.
Yes, there's the ticket sign.
We finished it. We added a few things to it. And I painted it myself, thanks to my mother's tutorial skills. We're going to do this next week. Yeah. And I'll have the file posted for it, hopefully, tomorrow. No later than tomorrow night. I've got a kid who's home, so I got to entertain and... yeah. But I hope you guys like it. Let's see.
Seeing if we're missing any questions.
Yeah, if you guys have any
I'm gonna
questions.
Face it back up to you, Casey. Okay. We turn you guys around. We're gonna face you back up. There she is.
Hello.
Miss Casey.
Hello. I just feel odd because I'm used to having like a FaceTime is a little easier for me. Yes, we will have a paint list. I tried to do a paint list for all of our tutorials. I do. I look like my mom.
Yes.
Everyone says that.
It's my
If you saw my daughter, she's
It's my sweet girl.
she's right there with us. She looks identical.
Thank you, Janet, for your kind words.
Yes, you
we
guys are very
appreciate it.
sweet.
We hope you guys have had fun tonight.
And I'm excited to show you
Yes.
guys the sign.
Yes. And again, you know what? I can't.
ladder.
I can't flip the words around. I have an Android phone, and I heard that
She's not cool.
I'm not cool. I don't have
With
one of
the
those fancy
iPhone.
Apple phones.
Yeah.
I just have fancy paint.
What is it?
What is that?
Thank you, Cindy. You're very sweet. The ladder. The ladder.
Oh yes, the ladder.
Oh, we don't have it.
It's downstairs.
Yeah.
It's downstairs. So we took a photo with the A-frame ladder, and then I also took a photo with a vintage step ladder. It's an old vintage step ladder. I actually picked it up at a flea market, and you can find them online on some sites. They're a little pricey, but my husband went ahead and recreated the A-framed ladder, and we're going to list those in the shop as a kit that you can purchase. It's going to be basically, it's put together for you. You just have to put the boards in, but you have to put a finish on it. And we were thinking of doing a tutorial to show you how we did the finish on ours. It's kind of like a rustic, worn look. So if you're interested in that, let us know. That way we can get to making some of those, and we'll get them posted in the shop. And if you're interested, by all means, as we see them starting to sell, we'll go ahead and set a date to show y'all how to finish those.
Yes. And we can do that one on YouTube. if you want. That way,
Yes.
for people who don't, you know, who don't want one.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
What size is it?
I believe it's 22 inches tall. I know that. I'm not sure how wide I would say that the bottom one is maybe 20 inches wide, the bottom shelf, and then it goes up from there. But it is 22 inches tall, Ton.
If y'all have any other questions?
The ladder is adorable. Yes, the ladder is fun. I love that ladder. And you know what's perfect about that ladder too? On the top shelf that board that goes on there, first of all, it's going to come to you all stacked. So all you'll have to do is just take the boards off and open the ladder up, and it stores nicely. But on that top piece, I even put thumbtacks in the back of it so that I can string my little mini banners on it. It just makes it so much easier for stringing the mini banners. And
I love that he looks like he has sad eyes.
he does. He looks like he has sad eyes. So I think that's it for tonight, everybody. I'm so glad you joined us. We had fun painting the reindeer.
Oh, and the paint colors from today are on the
Website.
no. Yeah, they're on the website, but there's a link to them. When I posted the picture of the ladder, you can find the link to it in there.
Yes. And for those that are new to our group, if you do go to the paint color link that Casey has, you'll see that she has them broken down by, what do you call it? Kit, basically.
Yeah.
You can see what colors we used on each of the pieces. She has them broken out really nicely, so it makes it easy. But again, if you don't want to go out and buy all these Sherwin-Williams colors, you don't have to. If you have something that matches or it's close to it, by all means, use it.
Yes. And
So-
Elaine, you'll have to show us the 8 more to go. I want to see them.
Yeah, we
love
see
seeing
y'all's
y'all's pictures.
And then the one whose little girl's having the birthday party, please post the photos.
I don't know if it's a birthday party.
Oh, or a party,
yeah.
just a party. Okay.
Yeah.
Please share those with us. We would love to see it.
Mary Catherine.
Mary Catherine, yes.
Hello.
Yeah, she's good with names. This old mind of mine forgets. But show us how you're staging these. We would love to see it. We hope you all have a blessed rest of your week.
And this will be available for replay too,
Yes,
by the way.
yes, it will be. We love you all. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Sprinkle with your friends, and we'll see you next week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.